The work on the Amo Boulevard extension project continues. Reporter Jacqueline Quinn brings us this update.
Starting next July, there will be a brand new section of Amo Boulevard that will not only run through the heart of Torrance, but rise above the city. I'm standing here in the middle of the construction project, which is now nearly 50% done. Where I'm standing here now on the stockpile will be the new road that connects Madrona Avenue to the bridge that you see behind me and then to Crenshaw Boulevard. The builders of this project are hoping this new portion will help ease traffic, especially during rush hour.
When it's completed, it'll give motorists another route to run east-west, and it'll alleviate some of the traffic that's currently on 190th Street and also on Torrance Boulevard.
And in this case, it seems the train tracks got railroaded by the boulevard.
The roadway traffic will travel on the bridge that goes over the railroad tracks.
Bill Azarian also says this project is trying to go green by using about 15,000 tons of asphalt made with recycled rubber to cover the mile-long stretch.
The roadway surface that we are paving is actually called asphalt rubber, and it's a material that uses recycled content from tires in California.
The city has been planning this project since the 1970s, but struggled to come up with enough funds. Thanks to the recent American Recovery Act, enough funding has finally been raised to fix the missing link. For This Week in Torrance, I'm Jacqueline Quinn.
Thanks, Jacqueline. The project is still running on schedule and is estimated to cost $13 million. With the economy on most people's minds, cuts to education seem to be part of the ongoing conversation. Reporter Alexa Sita visits a local elementary school that will benefit from a recent partnership.
We get businesses to partner with your school. So today we're here to celebrate the fact that one of the businesses in Torrance has decided to step up and help.
Mayor Scotto is talking about the Adopt a School program. By joining forces with companies like Farmers and Merchant Bank, TUSD schools are given funds to help enrich education. Hickory Elementary is the latest school to benefit from the private sector public school partnership.
You'll be happy to know that I myself am a Hickory hound.
And the quality of Torrance's education left an impression on one future business leader, Bank Vice President Ned Strummy.
I went on to attend Torrance High School, and that Hickory was a wonderful, wonderful experience for me as a child.
Torrance is just a fabulous community. I love it, and I love this school.
To Hickory, we are very excited because Mr. Stromey has already offered to dedicate a certain amount of money in order to send 6 teachers to further their math training.
And after showing their gratitude by performing the school's spirit song, Hickory students and staff heard something that was music to their ears.
We are here to help in any way, and I look forward to the year ahead of us, and go Hounds.
Reporting for CitiCABLE, I'm Alexa Sita.
Last year, 10 Torrance businesses adopted 10 Torrance schools. After Hickory, there are 2 more schools adoptions this year. Prescription drug abuse is nothing new, but this drug may seem like an odd choice for recreational misuse. Reporter Hibis Ahmed finds out why Xanny bars are so dangerous.
We actually had a case of a teenager overdosing yesterday. So yeah, we do see it. It does happen.
Dr. Chavira is talking about Xanax abuse. With prescription pill use skyrocketing, Xanax is becoming the go-to recreational drug for many teens. But most don't know the detrimental effects of such a drug.
Xanax is a benzodiazepine, which is to say it's a class of it's one of a class of medications that calms nerves down. So you end up having a less severe emotional response to any situation.
Prescribed to patients with severe anxiety, Xanax acts quickly, making it an attractive drug.
It's very quick on and very quick off, which makes it much more likely than several of the other benzodiazepines to be abused.
Because of increased abuse, Dr. Chavira says he sometimes is hesitant to prescribe Xanax because of its addictive effect.
Xanax is a great street drug. It's a great street drug. It is a popular street drug because it causes a calm and a slight euphoria.
A euphoria that can cause respiratory depression, with some teens ending up where they don't want to be.
If you take 5 or 10, things start getting dicey.
Also known as Xanny bars, a street drug shouldn't be taken lightly, especially since combined or on its own, Xanax abuse can cause death.
I've noticed that a lot of these kids, or at least the ones that have come in contact with this prescription medication, don't have a prescription for, which in and of itself is a crime.
Xanax, also called alprazolam, is the generic brand name for this drug and the #1 abused drug in the nation. The issue with Xanax, officers and doctors say, is the access, how easy it is to get a hold of.
Your parents have Xanax in the medicine cabinet. There's tacit approval already there. They're using it occasionally. It's there. It's easy to just go grab it and take it out and pop it. And so I think they're using it because, one, it's just so easy to get a hold of it.
A lot of them seem to be either getting it through an acquaintance, a friend, or just from their home medicine cabinets. The prescription might very well be prescribed to one of their parents or family members, and they either find it or have found it convenient to get a hold of it.
And doctors blame our modern lifestyle on the drug's accessibility.
We live in a very stressed out society. We don't take enough vacations, we don't sleep enough, we all try to make more money than we should.
While Detective Solorzano says the trend of prescription pill abuse is under control in Torrance, there has been an increase.
I do know that I have been seeing it quite more frequently.
In fact, possession of Xanax without prescription is a problem with teens, but parents can also be held accountable.
Transporting them to our police station where mom and dad are now notified. Mom and dad are issued a subsequent citation in reference to the violation that the juvenile committed.
Xanax has become a trend, but it should only be used for the reason it's prescribed.
They're prescribed by doctors and they're held under prescription for a good reason, and that's that they're not safe, and they're really detrimental to the teen's health.
For CitiCABLE 3, I'm Hiba Samad.
Besides Xanax, the most commonly abused drugs are OxyContin, Vicodin, and Soma. The CDC says these drugs now cause more deaths than heroin and cocaine combined. For more information, go to cdc.gov. Still ahead, we'll tell you about a holiday celebration at the end of October, and it's not Halloween.
Take out meals for just $12.99. Call now.
Sherry Pearson. You are the sole surviving heir of the King of Montanopolis, and you are now worth $45 million.
I'm rich! This can't be real.
Of course it's not real. Come on. Having money isn't about luck. Like that takeout meal. Cook at home instead, you can save thousands a year. Feed me.
Feed the pig. Cotton balls. Duct tape. Spoon. Needle. Thread. Scalpel.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Most people think of Halloween when October comes to an end, but another holiday is gaining popularity the day after Halloween. Reporter Jacqueline Quinn takes us to an exhibit that celebrates the Day of the Dead.
Dancing skeletons, decorated skulls, and marigold flowers. It's all part of the decor to honor the dearly departed. Raul de la Sota says it's a holiday that's becoming more popular in the U.S.
Because we have so much of a Latino community and population, I think it's grown tremendously, simply because people see it as an alternative to Halloween.
El Dia de los Muertos, as it's known traditionally in Spanish, is a Mexican tradition that dates back to the Aztecs before Mexico was colonized by Spain. The holiday's decorative skulls may remind some of Halloween, but it doesn't have much else in common.
Halloween has to do with demons and devils, and Day of the Dead has nothing of that. It's really more of a commemoration or homage, paying homage to your relatives, your ancestors.
And those skeletons and skulls may seem macabre to some, but in this celebration, they have a very symbolic meaning.
We can look different on the outside, we can have different coloring, we have different hair, we have different clothes, but what's universal is that we all have the same skeleton, more or less.
Day of the Dead is observed on November 1st and 2nd, and with its rise in popularity, De La Soto says, if you look around, you're bound to spot decor that is associated with this occasion.
I know for a fact that wherever you go in November 1st, November 2nd, there's going to be some kind of show of skeletons and so forth that has not to do with Halloween, but has to do with Day of the Dead.
Susanna Myers, curator for El Camino College's art gallery, says people have shown a lot of interest in the artwork to honor loved ones.
A lot of feedback. People are very moved, which is wonderful, and they're fascinated by the different kinds of approaches that people are taking.
This is one of the works inspired by the Mexican holiday. It's a large traditional altar done in tribute to the artist Daniel F. Martinez's mother.
It's a large altar that has, as you can see, food and toys and photographs and a TV with a Fred Astaire movie on it that his mother loved to watch.
Myers also says Day of the Dead art is inspiring other artists from outside the Latin tradition. One artwork featured is done by Amy Inouye, a Japanese American.
She has depicted her sort of interest in the Day of the Dead as a fossil, an ancient fossil lying in a bed of rocks, and she's asking that people connect the spirits, the ancestors, through placing your hand on the fossil.
This year's Day of the Dead art gallery is one of the biggest in the last 2 years. The public can take part by adding a photo of someone who has passed away as remembrance at the exhibit. For This Week in Torrance, I'm Jacqueline Quinn.
Thanks, Jacqueline. The name of the exhibit is Recuerdos Vividos and runs at El Camino College until November 4th. Admission to the gallery is free and campus parking is just $2. For more information, go to elcamino.edu. And that's going to do it for us on This Week in Torrance. I'm Jin Chun. If you've missed any portion of our show, you can catch us again at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.